Hello everyone and welcome to the MBS show reviews. This is James Corck and like always I have my lovely and loyal friend Norman Sanzo. Hey Norman.
Hey James.
Well, I'm good. What the hell? You already know how I am. We have been recording these episodes back to back. You already know that.
Don't
anyway,
break the illusion.
if you come from the last episode, you may know that we are recording all of these reviews one after the other. So there isn't really a reason for us to oh my god, a week passed. Look at that. Welcome to the world of next week. I'm good. Here, drawing away. Still in the same picture that I was 2 episode reviews ago, but that's because it's a very big picture. Oh my god, these pages take so long to finish. But anyway, this week, I'm still haven't got used to saying that we haven't had any funny episodes in 2 weeks. Oh
well, there's a few fan works.
So sad. No, it's not enough. I need my pony fix.
The comic's coming out soon.
Issue 19 of the MLP comic is not coming soon enough. Anyway, today we're going to be reviewing episode 24 of season 4. That's Equestria Games, written by Dave Polsky. And oh my god, I don't want to be in this man's skin. Oh god. Okay.
This one.
You know, Dave Polsky has had more pressure on him than any other writer in the entire season. He wrote an episode bringing back Derindu. He wrote an episode focused on Princess Luna and Sweetie Belle interacting in a dream. He wrote the first Rarity episode in 2 years with Rarity Takes Manhattan. Mm-hmm. And he wrote an episode focused around the Cutie Mark Crusaders and Twilight Sparkle, touching on her role as a princess, or at least as something better than just the Ponyville librarian.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, and now, as a last episode for him to write this season, he has to write an episode about the Equestria Games, an event that has been building up not just this season, but also season 3. Because in season 3 we established that the Equestria Games were going to take place in the kingdom, in the Crystal Empire, and that in Rainbow Falls we knew that Ponyville classified for the relay teams, and that the Cutie Mark Crusaders are going to be holding the banner of Ponyville in the Equestria Games. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, all this build-up to this event is going to be very big, right? It's going to have, like, big scope, and we're going to see something similar to, like, Animal Olympics, something like that, right? Right?
Yeah.
Wrong!
What?
It's a Spike episode!
What? I did not saw that coming.
It's a Spike episode, and you know what? If I was another type of guy, I'd be angry, but I think that is the right thing to do.
You know, at first I didn't really mind it. Like, oh, it's a Spike episode because it's centered around spikes. It centers around spikes and everything. But the more that you explain it, like, oh, the Cutie Mark Crusader was the flag bearer, and the whole equestrian relating in Rainbow Falls, and the whole thing, like the build-up was there, and wow, all that build-up for a Spike episode, my goodness.
Yeah, but you know, all that build-up gets paid off sooner or later in the episode, as the episode goes forward. Like, the Cutie Mark Crusaders get to carry the banner, they do the routine, the Ponyville forever, yay! Yeah. You see the relay team event going on, and you see that Ponyville gets silver compared to the gold medal that Cloudsdale gets, because, of course, they have the Wonder Balls in there. But it's like those events, like, okay, God, you know what? It's going to be difficult for me to stand for this episode, but I really want to stand for this episode because I loved it. I thought this episode was great. There is a lot of big deals going on in this episode, like the ones that I just mentioned, but they are nothing compared to what Spike is going through in this episode.
Yeah.
This is the first time that Spike goes back to the Crystal Empire, and it's like in the spotlight after the season 3 premiere. And the last thing that Spike did on the Crystal Empire was save the...
That's not a word!
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he saved the Crystal Empire along with Princess Cadence. He has a painted glass window in Canterlot commemorating the event. He has a giant crystal statue to remember that Spike was the guy who saved the Empire. He is a hero. Mm-hmm. He has a lot to live up to. Okay. And that all that pressure gets to him when he gets to fire to set the torch on fire for the Equestria Games to begin. There is a lot of pressure put on this little guy.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think that's the best part of this episode is like you have this giant, huge, massive event seen from the eyes of the tiniest creature in the stadium. That is so cool.
and it's stage fright to the maximum. Like, you have a few thousand people watching you up on stage, trying to perform. Like, it didn't really hit him, but once it did, oh my goodness! Just imagine being on stage, performing.
Talk about stage fright.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like I have that when I am streaming. Even I only have only 15 wonderful people watching at me. I still have a bit of pressure saying, "Oh my God, they're looking at me. Oh my God, I'm screwing up the anatomy. Oh my God, this picture is looking terrible. I'm forgetting how to draw. Oh no, please." Hyperventilation mode activate. Panic. So yeah, God, they recreated stage fright. Not in such a blunt and kind of heartless way as they did with Philip and Hilly, but they did a very good job. They kept it more grounded. They kept it more realistic.
But overall, it was awesome. It was an awesome episode. It dealt with a real hard topic to talk about, which was stage fright. I mean, they covered it in Philly Vanilli, but everybody knew that it was Fluttershy, and Fluttershy was a really shy character.
It's not only stage fright. That's one of the consequences. The real subject of the episode is people's expectations and how to live up to them.
Yeah.
Which is something that Spike is dealing with since the beginning of the episode. He's taken on kind of like a pony carriage to the palace, presented to both Cadance and Twilight. They are making a big deal out of it. He is the savior of the Empire after all, and he has a lot to live up to. When Twilight finally lights up the torch in the games, that was a great moment, because that's where I was starting to get worried.
Yeah, I mean,
that was something that could have either break or make the episode for me. Because that's one of the things that TV shows, especially children's TV shows, they like to do a lot. They like to artificially create the conflict of the episode. So it's like, okay, Twilight switches on, lights up the torch for Spike, and then I am like, oh, great. Now Twilight is not going to tell Spike that she light up the torch. Now Spike is going to spend the entire episode thinking that he can light stuff with his mind. Oh, here we go. The conflict of the episode is going to come down, and then they're going to reveal that it was Twilight, the one who light up the torch. Spike is going to be angry. They're going to resolve the episode in the last 5 minutes. That's how it's going to go, right? No, this is not this type of show, because Twilight tells Spike that she light up the torch literally right after she did. And that's where it was a great moment, because it's like, okay, I can light stuff with my mind. Check it out. And then he tries to light up the paper with his mind. Yeah, which was rather awkward. And then Twilight is like, no, come here, Spike. This is what's going on. I light up the torch for you. And then Spike is like, in front of everybody. And I think I need some time alone. And I was like, yes, thank you for not being...
That's not a word.
Thank you for creating the conflict somewhere else. Because now Spike knows that he couldn't light up the torch. Now he's gonna try to get something done on his own. And that's where the conflict comes. That's where it develops. It's such a good idea. Oh my God, thank you so much, Dave Polsky, for not falling into one of the most...
That's not a word.
Traps for children's writing. In the whole liar reveal and all that is like, because this show is all about being honest, it is all about being sincere, don't lie to friends and all that. That was such a cool moment. You know what, I was like, it doesn't matter if the rest of the episode sucks, that moment alone makes me put this episode among my favorites of the season. That was such a good moment.
The whole situation where Twilight Sparkle told Spike that, no, you didn't, I saved your face during the whole event. And Spike realized that, oh no, I feel useless. And moving on to him trying to prove something that he can do, which was singing the Ponyville National Anthem, which was
Oh god, that was so, okay. Yeah, Naked Gun, everybody. Naked Gun, everybody. That was Spike was Leslie Nielsen trying to sing the American anthem, and he didn't know the words.
Oh god.
Oh, we are the Wonderballs, and we're awesome. And it keeps going and going,
You know,
and it's not over.
but how do I put this? We've all seen that. We've all been in that situation. No, it's a lie.
Almost all of us. Thankfully, I haven't because I'm smarter than that. But,
Yeah,
God,
but we've seen that situation before, and oh my god. Okay, the timing for
yes.
this, the timing for the scene, is perfect.
It is perfect.
Where in terms
Yes.
where it's the perfect length.
Yeah, it doesn't. It go. You know what? It is kind of like I call it Family Guy joke timing, where they go on for they go on with something for such a long time that it's like it's funny at first and then it becomes awkward as it keeps going, but then it keeps going and all of a sudden instead of awkward it becomes absolutely outrageously hilarious. That's what's going on with that scene. Is like it keeps going for long enough that it's just it gets impossibly funny towards the end, and Pinkie Pie is screaming, "Nailed it!" It's just yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's the punchline. That is just the punchline.
Nailed. That was perfect.
Yeah, that is just the punchline to a very awkward moment.
But it was great. It was.
Yeah.
It's the kind of awkward that you at first you cannot stop. You have to stop watching, but then you have to keep on watching. And then as you watch, you are like, "Oh my god, no, this is absolutely fucking hilarious."
What
awesome.
made it work was the whole the scene where the ponies were face hoofing or hiding or closing their eyes or just don't want to be there.
They just want to get out. Yeah. If you look behind Spike, you can see the faces of all the Griffons. They are all so not amused. They look so pissed off.
The Griffins, let me see. I need to look at that. Oh god.
They look disgruntled and kind of like, oh.
Oh yeah. But after that mess, Spike was just depressed. Like,
Yeah, after that mess,
understandably
Spike
depressed.
he doesn't want to go anywhere. He just wants to hide under a pillow and die. Because he's like, oh god, I just made a
That's not a word.
of myself in front of the entire empire. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
You have to feel for the poor guy, though. He just made he ridiculed himself in front of everybody. So of course Spike is
That's not a word.
and moaning and just I am such a failure. I can't continue with my life. I'm so tired of this. And then Twilight is like, no way. You're coming with me. You're going to watch the closing ceremonies. You are an important part of this TV show. It doesn't matter if you try to step out of it. Now continue. Get out of here. And that was good. That was really good. That was Twilight coming at his friend and going, you stop moaning. Get in line. That was good. And then she takes him to the closing ceremonies, which include the ice archer competition finals. Dude, those ice archers are badass.
Yeah, and I don't want to pull my own string here right now, but it looks like I messed up during the archery games.
Why?
That pony looks like an OC.
He does look like you, see.
Yeah.
So it's your fault.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. We're going to hang you from the nearest tree by the end of the episode review. Yeah, you're so dead. You're so dead. Yeah, execution by hanging.
No.
We're gonna hang you by your ears.
Yeah, but my mess up did turn into the worst thing possible that could ever happen to the games, which was create a ice cloud of doom.
It's a nice cloud that's so metal. It turns into something like from Kirby's Dream Land. That was so cool. I was like, oh dude, that's awesome. And Of course, what happens whenever we go to the Crystal Empire? Something terrible happens. That is the destiny of the world in the balance always. It can never be sunshine and rainbows. No, it always has to be some conflict or whatsoever. But that's okay, because I'm pretty sure all the unicorns are going to be able to stop. No, they can't, because they have to go through a security check that disables their magic, so they cannot use it. So the Pegasi cannot lift it, the unicorns cannot use their magic. What's going to happen then? Well, what happens other than Spike runs all the way up, bounces from Pegasi to Pegasi, and sets the cloud on fire, melting it and saving everybody's life.
Yeah, and that was awesome.
Into what I think it's a massive adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
But the best part is that that's not the resolution of the conflict.
Oh yeah.
Because that's not the conflict this whole time. It has nothing to do with the Equestria Games, which is kind of funny. Because Equestria Games is not about the Equestria Games. Equestria Games is about Spike not being able to stop being disappointed in himself. Because everybody's praising him, Princess Cadance kind of like exaggeratedly bows before him. He's like, "Oh my God, Cadance, can you just be more humble?" Like, I find it funny how she kneels before him. Well, she's like a doggy when she kneels before him.
It's warranted, really, because Spike is the savior for the Crystal Empire, and Cadance is the ruler of the Crystal Empire, and if you see your savior there, you kneel or you do something. And in this case, yes, it's a bit overboard, but you be really thankful.
But then Spike proceeds to just say, it was okay. Yeah, I guess so. And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, well, I just acted. I was supposed to deal with the situation because none of you can set things on fire, but I can. And then, God damn it, why? Dave Polsky turns into my favorite writer because he is able to drop these bombshells. Oh, yeah. He dropped it in Dead in Dawn, he dropped it in Reality Takes Me Manhattan, and he dropped it in For Whom the Suitable Toils, and he drops another one where Twilight just goes and says, "You know what? Nobody here is disappointed in you, Spike, but yourself. So what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do to stop being disappointed in yourself?"
Wow, and that is deep. That is deep.
This is a children's cartoon. Why are they touching something so ridiculously complicated as, being disappointed in what you're doing because you don't think much of yourself, because you don't think you're capable of many interesting stuff or like good stuff or like important stuff. That is so good. That's good, right? That is another point for me to give to that episode. There is no other way to put it. I have to make a sound effect. Ding!
Yeah, and you know what? The lesson here is you're the only one that can change your own perspective. Everyone's praising you, but you're the only one who's disappointed in yourself. Change it.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, this episode is called the Equestria Games. I'm pretty sure people were expecting to see some sport events and all that. But let me ask you something, okay? Let me ask you something. How much would you like to watch an episode that is 22 minutes of ponies throwing discs, balls, flying around, doing acrobatics, and nothing else, with no character development, no conflict, and nothing interesting going on whatsoever, just sports? How much do you want to see that? Because if you want to see that, if you really want to see animals doing Olympic events, go watch Animal Olympics. It was made in the 80s. It was made by the guy who created Tron. It's a very good animated movie, and it's there. Yeah. You don't need to have that in My Little Pony, especially with such a show that is not story-driven or event-driven, that is character-driven. You do not want to have a potentially boring episode in your TV show. And to be perfectly honest, I was so happy that the Equestria Games were just a background event compared to everything else that was going on the episode. That was great. I was so happy. And I'm saying this because a big chunk of the Brony analysts, those who haven't done it, haven't said it yet, but those who have reviewed this episode, they have ditched this episode as mediocre, bad, and uninteresting because it doesn't have anything to do with the events. And in their videos, they talk about the episode that they wanted to see, not the episode that they saw.
Yeah.
They are talking about the episode that they wanted to have, not the one that they get.
I could understand why, because during the start of this review, you told me that, there's a lot of build-up with the whole CMCs being the flag bearer and how Rainbow Dash qualified for the relay team and all that stuff. And it's understandable why people are frustrated to that point. But like you said, how awesome would a show be where it's just a bunch of athletes doing their job without any conflict? The only conflict that could happen was a forced conflict, if you know what I mean. Like,
it's artificial. There is no, it doesn't grow naturally. It's just, it feels fabricated.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think right now in my head that would be awesome for a sports show like that is like a pony mafia rigging the game or something like that. I mean, just you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, Norman. I know what you mean.
It's kind of artificial. Okay, let's just say that they did do the episode that everybody wants to watch. It will be a race about who would end the finishing line with the ponies going through the goal. Like, is it going to be Rainbow Dash or Spitfire? Who's going to be the fastest pony? And everybody knows.
And then nobody gives a...
That's not a word.
Because you know what? That's not the conflict of the episode. The episode is about Spike. People have been complaining all the goddamn season. All of the goddamn season about what are we going to do with Spike? Where is his character development? Where are we going to get it out? And when they have not one but two episodes, one after the other, one they say is not natural and the other they say it's boring. Guys, I have spent the entire season complaining about you, saying that you're a bunch of whining.
That's not a word.
I'm not going to say anything else but this.
That's not a word.
And get out. I am sick and tired of you.
Yeah, I mean, I won't go that far, but it will be interesting to see what Silver Quill think of this episode.
You know what? I'm pretty sure Silver Quill is going to see both points of view, but he won't be able to pick either of them because it's very difficult to pick either point of view in such a divisive episode. This episode, actually, for what it is, it's actually very divisive.
Yeah, it really is.
So, okay, Norman, let's give our final verdict on this episode.
Okay. As for me, I enjoyed the episode as an overall episode where it focused more on Spike instead of the whole Olympics or the equestrian games. It was pretty awesome. I love every aspect of the show from the beginning to the end, and including the most awkward moment in the series ever.
To quote my good friend Nick from my live stream chat, it was a very awkward moment, but it hurt so good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you are like, oh my god, this is so awkward. Why can I stop watching? Oh my god, this is the speech equivalent of a train wreck.
Yeah.
It was a very good moment.
True. Overall, that scene alone makes it work so well. It was timed perfectly. It was not too long and not too short. And the characters or the background characters were doing the face hooves and the everything, and it just works so well. And as an overall episode, it works. It has derpy, so yay. Final verdict for me, 10 out of 10.
I wouldn't go that far on giving it that much of a note. I'm not going to say the note that I will give it though. If you're going into this episode thinking it's going to be about the Equestria Games, you're going to be disappointed. If you're going into this episode thinking it's going to focus on all the different Olympic events, you're going to be disappointed. If you're not a fan of Spike, or if you don't like Spike, or if you think that Spike doesn't deserve any of the spotlight, you're going to be angry and most likely disappointed. If you are a fan of Spike and you like the little guy and you have been craving for some character development on him all of this season, this episode is for you. This is the Spike episode that we have been craving for since Just for Sidekicks, which, in my opinion, was the last very good Spike episode. Because even Power Ponies, which was the last very centric Spike episode, even Power Ponies wasn't about Spike. Power Ponies was about the Power Ponies, and Spike had that internal conflict going around, but the focus of that episode were the Power Ponies, and they kicked ass. Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, took Spike and shoved it on the background. But that's okay, because it's a superhero episode. It was perfect, and it's my favorite episode of the season. Power Ponies is great. It's great. Anyway, but this episode brought Spike into the spotlight, and they made him great. He was awesome. He was relatable. He was fun. It was heartbreaking. As funny as it was to see him screw up the Cloudsdale anthem, it was heartbreaking to see him there on stage struggling to get it together and oh God, and to see him succeed and finally triumph, and he's like, yes, because you're the best. That was such a good moment, and it is a very good send-off. I think it's a very good payoff to the build-up that this season had about the Equestria Games. You know, Ponyville winning the silver medal on the relay teams, the Cutie Mark Crusaders getting the routine done in front of everybody, Shining Armor coming back.
Yay.
Dude, you have been missing for an entire season. What were you doing? Eating corn dogs? God damn it.
One more thing. We see Blue Blood in the background.
Yeah, and all the other background characters, which we not only see Blue Blood, you can also see Gil dying one shot. You can see Bulk Biceps' mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You see Cheese Sandwich in the crowd. You can see Coco Pomel as well, Hoity Toity. You can see the Saddle Arabian horses. Princess Luna and Princess Celestia make an appearance. They don't say anything, but they are there. Wow. Lots of good interaction between Cadence and Twilight. Very cool. Very happy to see Heartbutt there because I'm very happy to see Cadence because I'm like one of the three Cadence fanboys out there.
Yeah. I need to find Bulk Biceps' mom. Oh God, I need to find her.
She is next to in that shot where they show all the other different delegates. You can see her on the bottom center of the screen. She is wearing a bun on her head and has like glasses and lipstick. But she has the exact same build as her son. She looks like a female, older version of Bulk Biceps. It's outrageously funny. It is definitely worth checking out. And yeah, so much eye candy. Very good episode. Really liked it.
Yeah, I give my score. I'm happy with it.
Okay, so that's for Equestria Games. Next episodes that we're going to review is the season 4 finale.
Oh my.
That's Twilight's Kingdom, written by Megan McCarthy. It's episodes 25 and 26 of season 4. And also, every time that Megan is asked this question, what's your favorite episode that you've ever worked on, she always replies, Party of One and the season 4 finale. Is it really all that weird? Does it really deserve all that love from her own writer? I guess we'll have to find out on the next episode review, guys. I have been James Corck.
And I have been Norman Sanzo. Raise your hand for Twilight Sparkle!
Yay! You have to say that you care. You believe in Twilight. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye, man.
Bye-bye.